Welcome back, friends, and thank you for tuning back into FM Champions for the second part of our series on the Ultimate Manager Challenge. It is now nearly 5 months down the road from where we first left on July 1st. It is now November 23rd of 2015, and we've just seen our first few manager sackings, including what seems like just a fated choice, as I played my main save last year with the first firing, which is Stevenage FC in the Sky Bet League 2. What's extra funny about this is if you look over to the left in the inbox, you'll see that Teddy Sheringham, who was the manager at Stevenage, decided to question people's performances, and then while he was doing that, he got fired. So maybe he should have been questioning his own performance. But I really like this club. I'm definitely going to put in a job application here. But let's take a look at the facilities first so you can see why I love this club. First of all, they have a 6,722 capacity stadium with 3,501 seated. That was built in 1981. And that stadium is owned by the club and in very good condition. The field is also in very good condition. And they have impressive training facilities. Now, obviously, their youth level and their youth facilities isn't all that much to be desired at below average, but with the impressive training facilities and everything else surrounding the club, we have a lot to work with. So we'll take a look at their job advertisement. Stevenage are looking for a new head coach who will be able to guide the team to a mid-table position in the Sky Bet League 2. Currently, as you see above, Stevenage is 18th in the Sky Bet League 2, so they're not in any serious relegation trouble yet. Hopefully, if we get the job, they won't get there with those impressive facilities, and they have £42,500 per week on offer for the payroll. We are going to apply for the job, and we will bring you up to date as soon as we get some news, as the Stevenage board have received our application to fill the vacant head coach's role at the club, and they will respond in the near future. So I will see you in the near future. And welcome back. It's nearly 2 weeks later. It is now December the 5th of 2015. But Stevenage FC have offered me an interview with their club. Chairman Phil Wallace will give me an interview to discuss their head coaching vacancy, and we are definitely going to attend the interview. Hello, FM Champions. We have invited you along today so we can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. Well, I'm glad you've given me the chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. I've never managed a club team before. Why is that? Why should I overlook that fact? I've been waiting for the right opportunity to take my first steps into club soccer. The club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to our expected standards across multiple competitions. Are you confident of handling that better than our previous head coach? I'm confident of achieving every target set for me if I get the job. We parted company with our last head coach much sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? It's my intention to commit to a long and successful career with this club. The club is looking to hire a head coach comfortable working with limited resources. Are you that head coach? I know I'll be able to look after the club's finances if given the job. On what scale would you be looking to make changes to our existing coaching staff team? As we can see, they do not have a director of football. They do have a head of youth development, an under-18s head coach, even though it says they shouldn't need one. And they have an assistant in the job with a full complement of coaches. They do need a physio and some under-18 staff and some scouts. So we would definitely need to make some changes to the coaching staff, but we are going to answer with, I'd rather not say either way at this stage. I'd need to appraise them individually and as a group first. Would you be willing to develop young players produced by the club if you got the job? Gee, did they come to the right place. I would be willing to bring youngsters through to the first team if appointed as head coach. Are there any philosophies that you would like to propose we judge you on if you are appointed as head coach? And we see above they are in favor of playing direct and defensive soccer. They want to sign young players for the first team, and they really want to develop players using the club's youth system. So I will definitely go along with, I would like to be allowed to sign a large number of youngsters who will play a role in the first team. And seeing as how we've already talked about developing players using the club's youth system, that won't be a further choice. Is there anything else which you would like to judge you on if you are appointed as head coach? And I really don't want any further philosophies, so I am going to tell them I have no further philosophies that I want to be judged on if given the role. Should you be hired, the expectation is for the club to finish in the top half of the table. Is that fair, or do you think you could improve upon it somewhat? And I am just going to be modest and say that we're going to be able to meet the proposed expectation of a top half finish. I don't want to put any undue pressure on the first job, especially when we're taking over in the beginning of December. We don't have any ability to make changes for almost a month if we need to, and you really should just be pushing for promotion in the second season when you take over at a club. Would a proposed transfer budget of £70,000 be sufficient should you get the job? I don't think I'd need such a large transfer budget if appointed. I could meet that proposed aims with a much smaller budget. Would a proposed payroll of £45,000 be sufficient should you get the job? And as you can see right here, we are currently on a payroll of £41,941 per week. So I will say I would be happy to work with the proposed payroll should I get the role. It's a big enough budget to attract the quality of player required to this club. Do you have anything else for us to consider should we decide to hire you? And as we saw in the earlier part of the video, we saw that the youth facilities and the youth coaching and recruitment could probably use some sprucing up, so we will ask them if they'll be able to do any of that. It does meet both of our philosophies, so there's a good chance maybe they'll go on board with that. We believe the youth facilities are more than adequate at this time and are therefore unwilling to agree to this, and I can accept that. How about our youth coaching system? The suspense is killing me, board. They don't want to do that either, and we are fine with accepting that. And I believe you get to ask 3 questions still as maximum, so I will go ahead and try one more question about our youth recruitment. and they don't want to do that either. That is probably just a fine example of my one determination coming through with the board. But that's okay. As we've seen, they have more than acceptable facilities, and they agree that that draws things to a close nicely, and they extend their appreciation to us for attending today and will be in touch hopefully soon to inform us of a decision. So we are going to hit the continue button, and we will see you right back here very soon. And we're back, and Stevenage FC have approached FM champions, and Stevenage chairman Phil Wallace has offered us a 1-year contract on £725 per week to take the head coaching job at Broadhall Way. As I said earlier, this is pretty much just seems to be fate that I would play the same club 2 years in a row in the same challenge without having anything really to do with it. They just were the right club to get fired at the right time both years, and I am not complaining about it. I'll take a little bit less money if you will give me 2 years to put my plan in place. Really don't like it, but how about another £25 off? And they will give me 2 years. So our agreed philosophies will be developing players using the club's youth system, signing young players for the first team. They did chop my transfer budget down a little bit. Instead of the £70,000 they were talking about, they gave me just a little bit over £54,000. And the payroll budget will be $43.5K per week. And we're just looking to match competition expectations set by the board, and we are not going to be applying for any jobs at any other clubs, so that all looks good, and we will finalize the deal. And on December 10th, 2015, we are the new manager at Stevenage FC. This really couldn't have worked out any better in my eyes, because if I would have had to pick an ideal club to start the challenge with, that would have been it. So I am very happy, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video. We're going to call time on it at this point, and we will go into more detail about the squad and the coaching staff and any really good young players that we see when we take our first glances. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button and the window below, and if you really liked it, we hope you will subscribe and get our updates nearly daily. Thank you very much, and we will see you for the next episode of the Ultimate Manager Challenge.